strike was in response to the storming of the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad that the U.S. blamed on Iranian-backed forces earlier this week. Well, so that's the big news that we are tracking, and Iran has reacted strongly to the killing of its top military official. Iran says that the act of killing General Qasem Soleimani is an extremely dangerous and foolish escalation. Iran Foreign Minister took to Twitter after Pentagon confirmed the killing. The Iranian Foreign Minister said that Washington bears responsibility for all consequences of its rogue adventurism.
Well, there's no doubt about this, that this is a hard-hitting response from the Iranian government, from the Foreign Minister Javad Zarif, who's tweeted in the last few minutes. He says that this is an act of terrorism and targeting and assassinating General Soleimani. Now, they describe him as the most effective force against fighting Daesh or ISIS, Al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda, and at all. He said they call this move extremely dangerous and a foolish escalation. So Iran is viewing this as an escalation by the United States. Remember, there have been two things. One, of course, is the fact that the U.S. President Donald Trump has had a far more aggressive position and posture to Iran than President Obama in the past. We've also seen a sort of proxy war that's been conducted by pro-Iran militias, as we saw a little earlier as well, who stormed the U.S. embassy. They've been conducting a proxy war against the U.S. and the Iraqi forces in Iraq itself. And now this response, in fact, from the U.S. government has led to a further deterioration. At last, he says, the U.S. bears responsibility for all consequences of its rogue adventurism. So thus far, the Iranian government is not necessarily spelling out how they will react, but they made it very clear that the U.S. bears all responsibility for the consequences of this action that took place earlier today.
Shalom, family trendsetter. Now, before I continue, I want y'all to reflect back on the past video that I made stating that something major was going to happen before our new year begins. Okay, our new year begins in spring, not when everything is dead in January. Now, I also stated that it was going to affect the whole entire world, because whatever was going to occur was going to affect the whole entire world. Now, we just watched where you had the U.S. ordered airstrike on this top leader, right, for Iran. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but Iran is not a force to be reckoned with, okay, because Iran have a lot of militias all over the world and is ready to do damage. Now, you watch for yourself that they threaten retaliation against the United States of America. Now, this is what I see, because I look at things totally different. Trump right now is under fire, right? He has been impeached, and I believe personally this devil has orchestrated this event at this time because he wants all the focus to be off of him. If you think about it, right, as I told y'all before, a sitting president cannot be impeached during a crisis. I've told y'all this several times. For those of you who've been with me for a long time, I always state that. So Trump has devised a plan where he's gonna take the distraction away from him. He's gonna create a scenario that right now you see people, his poll is stagnant, but let's say, for example, there is a World War III, which it will be. This is where you're going to see his poll is going to rise, because he's going to be the one, you know, these crazy ass so-called patriot devils, they like war. They like to see blood spilled. So if this devil decides he's going to go out there and create a scenario, a false flag, not saying it's not real, but he's creating a scenario now for them to go to war with Iran, what do you think is going to happen? The economy is going to crash, because when there's volatility in the Middle East, according to them, they call it the Middle East. I don't know what the fuck is the Middle East, but when there's volatility in the Middle East, family, the stock market start to sway. Then you're going to have prices in gas increase because you have the war between Iran as well as the U.S. Now, I know a lot of y'all believe America, this big bad bully, will defeat Iran. Y'all gotta understand something, right? Iran have a lot of backing worldwide. Even Russia, China, and North Korea they would never ever side with America. As much as you see Trump and Putin buddy, as I've told y'all in several videos, man, Trump, I believe, is a double agent. He's an infiltrator. I believe he's the one going to be responsible for the downfall of America. Because every dictator around the world, this man have admiration for them. He want to become a dictator himself. So what I want y'all to do at the sound of my voice, now I'm not telling y'all or forcing y'all to do anything, but I'm actually suggesting that this is a time that you come out of your comfort zone. Y'all need to pull out that monopoly money, that petrodollar, out of the bank. As I've been telling y'all over and over again, y'all need to start planning. Y'all need to start buying tangible shit, right? Shit you can put your hands on. Because let's say, for example, Iraq or Iran, in this case, decides to retaliate. I'm telling you, the inflation of goods, of gasoline is going to go sky high. So this is the time y'all want to start stacking up if you can afford to get some gas containers, family. Get some additives. The additives is basically what you put in the gasoline to prolong the life span of the gasoline. And you need to store that shit. Get some food. Go to Walmart. A lot of y'all like to shop at Walmart, including myself. Go there and stack up on some canned items. For us Hebrew, we know we can't eat pork, so you want to stay away from all that. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is this: we in a survival mode right now. We need to come out of our comfort zone, because I'm telling you, when shit hit the fan, and it's gonna hit the fan. I told y'all this. The Most High spoke to my spirit. Never spoke to me directly. Nobody hear from God. Okay, only through your spirit. He gave me a discerning spirit where I can discern what is to come. And I've been telling y'all this for the longest. As I mentioned, 2019 was going to be a year that we was going to see an event, and we're going to all be talking about it. It did, because again, they had these two so-called black individual that's affiliated with the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, right? When they did some dumb shit, and now the focus is on us. But in this case, I wouldn't say it's all negative, because now everybody's waking up to who these so-called Black Hebrew Israelite are. And when they start to hear the teaching from us, because one thing I could say to these brothers on the corners, they know their scriptures. They will realize that all along, these imposters, right? These are Caucasoid imposters calling themselves God's chosen people. They're God's chosen people, but it's not the God who you think they are. Synagogue of Satan. That's who they are. All right, family, but again, we need to start preparing, you know what I'm saying, while we are able to do so. Don't wait till the last minute, because you know how black niggas is, black folks is, and I use the word nigga not in a derogatory term, but nigga actually means black with one G, okay? We need to be proactive. I watch how these preppers prep, and I follow the white man's suit, because they know things that we don't know, because a lot of us are dumbed down with social media and distraction, all these different distractions, you know what I'm saying, that they give us. So again, family, in closing, we need to prepare for war, because it's coming. And with that, I say shalom. Again, I love and appreciate all my supporters that have been supporting this channel, not financially, because I don't take anything from y'all. I'm talking about as far as subscribing and tolerating my behavior on my channel, all right? And with that, family, again, I say shalom, peace and blessing. I'm actually keep on talking because I want this thing to run out. I got like a couple seconds left. So just stay tuned for the next video. And again, start preparing, start planning for the worst, and expect the best. Shalom.